Right. So today we're going to go. All right. Hello, everybody. Right. Today we're going to go back to supply and demand and trying to figure out what's really been going over the last couple of days. Thank you very much for everybody who is here, and thank you very much for everybody who has been introducing a lot more people. Right. So, like everything, okay, let's look at the dollar index. Okay, dollar index on the daily is showing it is going into bullish area. Okay, so bullish area. So on the daily it's bullish. So let's look at how this is comparing to our FX pairs. Okay, our GBP USD is currently in our supply zone, so it's in selling mode. Okay, Euro USD, okay, is in our supply zone again, but look very carefully of how it is going slowly into my discount zone. Okay, I've been waiting for long this time. Remember, my entry still here. Okay, even though you guys have not entered this. Okay, I entered this quite a long time ago. Okay, I entered on this particular GB pair quite a while ago here. Okay, on the NAS 100, even though it has been retracing. Okay, the entry was over here. So even though I was trying to pull back a bit, I'm still in for the long term. Okay, if you look at the dollar index where the entry was, I'm still continuing. Okay, so be careful of how you do this, but make sure you understand the market itself. So remember, dollar index is bullish, bank nifty bearish on the daily. Okay, nifty is bearish on the daily. Okay, we have a correlation. Okay, as dollar index moves up, most things will go down. Remember this always. Always remember this. Okay, dollar index strengthens, all other pairs should weaken. Dollar index weakens, all other pairs should strengthen. Okay, so all of these pairs are weakening. GBP, remember USD the second was the counter currency. The counter currency, okay. The NAS itself, okay, the NASDAQ, okay, is going a bit down, but it's starting to go into bullish area. But remember always, okay, dollar goes up, dollar index goes up, all other pairs should go down. Okay, so now how do we identify all of this? Because we've got to go back to basics and figure out all this information. So people who are new, join to this, okay? If they are, fantastic, okay? We are going to be learning about supply and demand, and then we're going to figure out what's really been going on here. So sellers are present in the supply zones, buyers are present in the demand zones, okay? So how do we know if buyers and sellers are present? So the first thing we need to do is identify the trend. Identify the trend. So first of all, price is going up. Price goes up and then it starts to retrace. Okay, so what that retracement looks like to you and me, okay, is that it must hit an area and then go back the opposite direction. Okay, price goes up, then it starts to fall. Okay, then it will fall significantly without going in the opposite direction. As this price rose, no sellers were taking control. So they hit the sellers zone and the sellers take control. The sellers take the control quite a while. Then price retraces. Price does not go back in the same zones. Price goes further down, goes back up, goes further down, goes back up, goes further down. Okay. Whenever price hits a zone and it starts to go down, sellers are present there. Price goes back up, price goes down. At that moment, buyers were present. Buyers took the price up, hits the selling zone, sellers take control of that zone again. So this then becomes the future selling zone. In the past, it was the buying zone, okay, because the green candle. then in the future, it becomes a selling zone, okay? Price went further down, okay? Price went further down to an area, now it's starting to retrace a bit, okay? That's why the buyers took control, but now the sellers are in control. We do this on the daily, then we look at what's happening on the hourly. Remember, this is where price is at the moment, okay? Price is at the moment here. So we've hit an area of demand, so we're expecting price to go back up, okay? If price goes below here, this will become a selling zone, okay? If price breaches, retests, goes back down, that becomes a selling zone. So that becomes from a demand zone to a supply zone. Price goes up from a demand zone, hits a supply zone, sellers were present, so it takes the price down. So as we mark this on our charts, okay, on the hourly, now we go to the 5-minute chart, okay? And then we try and identify what's been really going on. So what we're going to do, first of all, on the 5-minute chart, we're going to mark the highs and the lows where price reacted from. So price went up to this particular red line and then it started to go further down. Okay, then price went further up. So price again hits the zone of the demand, buyers were prevalent, okay, and starts to go down. If you look carefully at what's been really going on here, the buying pressure is starting to go further down because the selling pressure is continuing, okay? What this means is that it made a lower low here, then it made a higher, then it made a lower low, okay? Then it made another lower low. So this low compared to this low is lower. So the trend is starting to continue to the downside, okay? Buying pressure is starting to go out of control, okay? Buyers are no longer interested in this, okay? So if we look at it from the high, or what really happened here, and if we now look at this high, just the wick itself, okay, top of the wick, it's going in a downtrend, okay? We're now starting to see it go to downtrend, okay? If we now look at it from a line chart, it's starting to go further down, okay? Starting to go further down. This is telling you straight away, even without indicators, okay, the price is going down. The price is going down, okay? If you want to add a trend line, you can, okay? Nothing wrong with it, okay? Nothing wrong with it, but the overall thing is you must know how to analyze this without any indicators, okay? Use your eyes always, okay? It isn't going back to that zone of that line and it's starting to go further down, okay? So what you can do then is from the bottom of that, okay, mark it like this, okay? And then see how price reacts. If we now go from a 5-minute chart to a 1-minute chart, okay, then adjust everything, okay? Then adjust everything. You'll see how it's not making any higher highs from here. It's starting to make lower lows, okay? And it's starting to make more lower lows, okay? This is telling you the price is no longer going up. Price is going down. It's not reversing. So when price goes down to a particular area, remember, if you want to be selling this, let the price go up to an area of selling, then sell it, okay? Don't just sell it anywhere, okay? So what this means to you and me is, if I just take some of this off. So price is going down, as you can see, okay? Price is going down from this area, okay? Price did not go above here, okay? So this is our 5-minute supply zone, okay? We've got another supply zone here, price did not go above here, okay? So then you can see what's happening. Within the 5-minute zone, there was another demand zone here, where price did not go below. So if we just change that to a bit darker so they can see it a bit better, okay? So at the moment, price is stuck between these two ranges, okay? Buyers are here, sellers are here. Overall trend is down. So if we now go back to the minute chart and look how this is going, okay? It is starting to go down, 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 okay? Right? You've got to be able to see this without any trend lines, without any other indicators, without any moving averages, okay? The sooner you see this, the sooner you train your eyes to see this, the better you're gonna get at it, okay? Otherwise, you're not gonna really understand this, okay? Is everybody understanding this? Good, right? So when we take our entries, remember when you're talking about entries, we've got to buy and sell from the zones, okay? Euro USD, okay? Overall trend, okay, is bearish, okay? Euro USD isn't sideways at the moment, it's bearish. On the weekly, it's bearish, okay? Don't look at 5-minute time frame, look at the overall time frame, okay? Right? Overall time frame, okay, is this, okay? So if we now go from the weekly to the daily, daily is showing you that it's in bearish and it's also coming from a supply zone. The price is coming from a supply zone, okay? If we now go into the hourly, okay, look at where price start to come from, okay? Price is coming from a supply zone, okay? Price is not bullish, it's bearish, okay? Suppliers are here, sellers are here, goes down. If we now go to the 5-minute chart, okay? Look at what the price is doing, okay? Don't ever assume this is sideways, okay? It isn't sideways because you're looking from the wrong way, okay? You're looking sideways from a 5-minute chart and you're gonna get stuck out, okay? That is clearly a downtrend. That is not sideways. That is not sideways, okay? You've got to be able to see this, okay? So if hypothetically price goes back up to the zone, then do that, okay? Good, right. So what you can do if you wanted to, okay, is you could put a channel in there, okay? Put a channel in there and see how it reacts from that channel, okay? If price goes further down, okay, where the majority of the price is, okay, you're gonna see it's gonna squeeze back up, then it'll either break out from here, okay? Overall, if you look carefully on the 5-minute chart, okay, this is your lowest point. Yeah, that is the lowest point, yeah. This is the lowest point at the moment, okay, on the 5-minute chart. If we now go to, before we do that, let's look at from the line chart. It is in a descending way. Price is going down, price is going down, okay? Right, once you've seen that, let's go to the minute, okay? And then see what's been happening, okay? This is not a range. This is making lower lows, okay? But it's still within that range, okay? So overall trend on the daily okay, is down, okay. Overall on the weekly, it is down. Overall on the monthly, it is down. It is going to go back to my Black Friday sales target, okay, or where that was that I marked a long time ago, okay. Once it comes in there, I'm going to have a very big buy and basically capture a lot of pips here. You must be able to understand how price moves and how price goes to particular zones, okay. It doesn't just work randomly, okay. If we now look at this from the Nifty's point of view, which is that before the Bank Nifty, okay. First of all, it's daily, it's bearish, okay. Daily, it's bearish. If we take that line off, okay. Look at how it is on the daily. It's going, okay. On the hourly, it's starting to go down, okay. On the 5-minute, it's still going down. The reason why it's down is to make sure that you understand the dollar index. The dollar index is rising. The Bank Nifty and all Indian stocks should be going down, okay. So that's how you do this stuff, okay. Anybody got any questions about this? Anybody got any questions? Good, okay, right. So this is how you should be doing this, okay. It doesn't matter what stock we're in, what FX pair we're in, okay. It must make sense. So what we're going to be adding very soon is why. Why does the dollar move in certain ways? So what we are going to be understanding is the fundamentals, okay. This is called the 10-year treasury bonds for the US dollar, okay. This will tell you the buying power and the buying power strength of the dollar. Are people buying the dollar? Okay. So if we look carefully, people are gradually in the process of buying into the dollar, as in the strength is there. If the strength of the dollar continues, okay, dollar index will continue in the right way. Okay. The US 10-year treasury bonds goes up, dollar index goes up. And if we now look at what happened to oil, oil is also going up, okay. I entered here on here, okay, and I'm still in this particular one, okay. But look at how much has gone up. If we now look from the weekly's point of view, it has hit a particular supply zone, okay. Those wicks is that supply zone, but it's a continuation of the trend. If we look at from the monthly point of view, there's making significant highs, okay. As soon as it starts to break this, okay, we're going to go for the top side, okay, and make more on this, okay. I marked this on the 25th of the 1st, okay, and this has been continuing since then, okay. Certain trades you can hold on for months and months and months if you understand what you're really doing, okay. So this is why you need to understand certain things, okay. So the US Treasury bonds, okay, will indicate the buying power of the dollar, okay. If the dollar goes up as the dollar index, the buying power is showing on the sentiment of here, then the dollar should be strengthening, okay. If this strengthens, most of the other things will weaken, okay. So you've got to understand this, okay. So those who want this particular one is called the US 10-year, US 10Y. US 10Y is the US Treasury one, okay. So to do this with confidence, you've got to understand the people or the markets that are involved to make you a successful trader, okay. It's not random guessing here, okay. You've got to know the main stories, who are the people or who is behind what. The treasury bonds control the dollar index. The dollar index control all the other stuff as well. Okay. Any questions on this?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, question is that according to our time frame, time zone, sir, what is the suitable time to trade? Means it's open 24 hours, and we draw some trend line, we draw some support line, but when it breaks, so we randomly watch this chart, or even there is some particular time zone that we.
The best time is all times to trade.
All time.
But the thing is it suitable for your lifestyle? Okay. So I'm going to give you a background to my lifestyle. Okay.
Okay.
I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Okay. I take my child to school at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. My work life starts at 4 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. So you now tell me, do I have much time for family?
No.
I don't have much time for family. So what you need to do is trade according to the strategy that is best for you. Okay. If you want to go for a scalp, go for a quick scalp, but you've got to know when to enter. Okay. If you're going to do intraday, do the intraday. If you are going to be doing long term, do the long term. Everyone works and everyone fails.
Okay? So one thing, according to your strategy, you go
It's
for long term.
I don't like intraday because it doesn't fit my lifestyle.
So not about your lifestyle, but you most of trade like long term, right, sir?
The thing that you've got to understand, okay, is the why.
So question is that how you catch this momentum in long term? Means it may be break in your night time.
No. Long term means that I'm going to hold a trade for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Right, sir. But how you catch that moment? Maybe that moment goes when you sleep.
That's why you got your zones. You've got to know when to enter your zones. Okay, that's why the chart analysis has to be better. If your chart analysis isn't good, okay, you're not going to make this. Okay, this is it. So first of all, am I a human being?
Okay.
Okay. If I'm a human being, I have to eat, sleep, and do everything as well. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
When you get tired, you go to sleep. Okay. When I get tired, I go to sleep. Okay. I mark my charts in a system that works for me, that I know that it go in my favor. It's not about entering, it's about the analysis. That do you understand if it's making higher highs or lower lows? Is it going to continue in that trend for the next couple of weeks? If it goes in the opposite direction, you just get out.
Okay, sir.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember, whichever style you have has to fit your lifestyle. Okay.
Okay.
If you're working 24 hours a day, you've got to be thinking of a strategy that's long-term, not short-term. What I mean by long-term means that you've got to be like a day trader to swing trader to positional trader.
One thing more, sir. If I mark 1 June, I should sell here.
Yeah.
That moment it come in my sleeping time.
Yes.
Then I wake up early. Then I look that this entry point is missed, but trend is in my direction. Should I enter in that trade, or I avoid that?
Right. First of all, before you do that, make sure you have your stop loss set as well, so that if it does go against your favor, you have a minimum loss. Okay. That is why the stop loss is there. Okay. You only enter when the long term, as the daily, is telling you it is going to go long term. The 5 minute will not tell you what's going to happen for the whole day.
Okay, sir.
That's why we do monthly, weekly, daily, monthly, weekly, daily, monthly, weekly, daily. And then in line with that, we go for our intraday.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Thank you very much. Anybody else got any questions? Nobody, no questions. So everybody getting this. Right. Are you talking about the dollar index or the US Treasury? Right, US 10Y. Right. This is not going down. This is up. This is up. Don't look at in days time, okay? Look at overall, okay? On the monthly, okay? It has hit a zone and it's starting to go up. On the weekly, it's going up. On the daily, it's starting to go up as well, okay? If the treasury bond, as in the buying power for the treasury bonds is weak, you'll see that straight away in the DXY. Okay, so if you look at the DXY, okay, the DXY on the daily, okay, is going up because the 10-year buying power is also up. So do people have belief that the buying power or the consumer power is strong? Okay, do people still believe in the dollar? Okay, if the buying power is there, so if you look carefully at what happened before in this particular area, the purchasing power of the dollar was bad. So price of the dollar was going to go down. Okay, you've got to understand that when the price of the purchasing power of the dollar is weak, it'll be indicated in the dollar index. So if you look on the weekly, look at quite a while ago what happened. Dollar index down because of purchasing power. People do not believe in the dollar at that time. So that's why the dollar rate went down. Now people are buying into it, so the movement is going up. If the movement goes up with the 10-year bonds, okay, the dollar index is also going to be showing you that is there. If the dollar goes up, all pairs should weaken, okay? This is the biggest indicators of this market, okay? How the 10-year bonds in relation to the dollar index, in relation to the Forex pairs, okay? If you look carefully here, GBP USD, the USD is the secondary, so the buying power of the GBP is down. That means the dollar is going up. You're either buying one and selling the other, or selling one and buying the other. Okay. In the Euro USD, okay, you're seeing that the euro is going down. Okay, the euro is going down, but the USD is going up. Buying one, selling the other, selling one, buying the other. That's, you're either buyer for the first one and seller for the second one, or seller for the first one and buyer for the second one. That's how it works. Okay, selling pressure for the euro means that the buying pressure for the US. Okay, if we now look at a USD CAD, okay, we should be going into very soon buying pressure because the continuation is there. What are you confused about? What are you confused about? What are you confused about? Right? But first of all, look at where the movement changed. The movement changed, okay, and it's starting to rise. The price has turned. The selling power is no longer in control. The buying power is in control now. That's why you've got to understand. Overall trend, yes, selling. But at this moment in time, okay, the US on the weekly is buying. Your short-term trend, short-term trend. Okay, if we look at like from the monthly, okay, if we look at the monthly, okay, here, price has reversed. Price is reversing, it's not going in downtrend anymore. Okay, if we now from the weekly, price is reversing. If you look from the daily, price is reversing significantly. Okay, you've got to look at where price starts to move. Okay, remember, you can either be a buyer or a seller. Good. Okay, you're gonna miss out on opportunities if you don't know when the trend changed. As soon as the trend changes, you've got to be in that market with the trend, not against the trend. Yes. US, so the purchasing power goes up. So if you look carefully here, and then we look at the dollar index on the daily, here, it's in bullish area, not bearish.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you check Euro USD? I send it my chat in group. Can you go for a short sell in 5-minute time period for a little bit?
You can go for a short sell, but you've got to understand where it's shorted from.
Sir, actually I sent my analysis and a chat also. Please check, sir. They did correct.
Right. If you're going to be entering the sell, it has to be for the supply zone.
Yes, sir. It's top supply zone and break also my trend line.
Then, okay, but you've got to also realize, okay, how much are you going to get from that trade? Okay. From that trade, okay, you're not going to get much.
I not get that much, but
you could go for it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but the issue becomes there's not much movement. Okay, but your stop loss must be very tight because it's already coming to the zone.
Yes, sir. It's coming from.
So from this zone, it's going to next that red zone where price has reacted from. Okay. Price did not go below here. Price did not go below here. If it breaks that zone, that's fantastic. But at the moment, there's nothing been going here. So you need to see that.
Can we clear like that? Can you go for trade like that for short term in just little bit of pips?
You can, but you won't get much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's what it is. Okay, you won't get much. Okay, you entering for that, okay, won't get you much because price at the moment did not go below the red line. Okay, price could retrace from there.
Okay, sir.
Because if you look at from all the charts, okay, price did not go below here, price did not go below here, price shouldn't go below here because buyers are there. So you entering here from here to there, that's only about, that's 32 pips. Okay, that's good. But are you entering at the right reasons as well? Because you're not seeing significant breaking,
Okay.
because it's just getting down and again stopped out. Price is stopped from that, it's not making lower lows.
Okay, sir. It's already hit our demand zone, then it go up.
Yes, so because it's going into the demand zone, the selling pressure will stop continuing and the buying pressure will start to continue.
Yes, sir. It may come to retest, sir.
Yes, so it could be like what's happened here. Hits the zone, goes back up, hits the zone, goes back up. Okay. Even if you're looking from a minute chart, okay, you're seeing reactions that the buyers just ready there to get that. Okay, selling pressure is not really be continuing. If you try and do this from the hourly, okay, you can get more pips, but on the 5-minute chart, okay, you've got to be very careful. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that'll be it, everybody. Okay, make sure you understand the charts. Okay, any queries, okay, do that, but make sure you understand at the right times. Don't just enter in the middle of the road. Okay, enter from the zone to the next zone. Okay, and then it'll be easier to follow the